Aquarius, hey, how are you? I'm just coming in here, I'm having my coffee, and I'm reading your cards for February 2022. Hope you guys are doing alright. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for popping in. Oops. And you'll come back and see me again. If you have been here before, I do appreciate the support, it means a lot. Alright, we're going to do the past, present, and possible outcome. And then we'll clarify with another deck and just see what you guys have coming into you on February 2022. All right. We have the Knight of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles in the recent past. Alright, and the current situation for Aquarius is Judgment, Page of Wands, and the Chariot. And what about the possible future? Justice, the Star, hello, and the Five of Cups. Alright, let's see what we have, and after that we'll clarify with another deck, see what kind of story we could tell for this February for Aquarius 2022. Just looking at it, you have a lot of major arcana. That's like a lot of like life reflections, like where you're looking at certain situations where where you have to make serious decisions, or where your life is kind of, there's just, you're going on your regular day, but then there's like these impactful moments that you're going to remember, but you're also going to go back and reflect on and see how you could have changed, or even kept continuing a certain path that would have worked out for you best. I'll get into it and see what goes on. In the recent past, you have this Knight of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles. And that looks like you may have had, somebody making like a friendship offer to you. Could be romantic. Either one, but where you were possibly trying to balance out something in life with this Two of Pentacles. And you're busy. You're doing some juggling. You're trying to make things work out. So if this was a relationship possibly coming out to you, it might have been something that you maybe had to like put on the side for a little bit because you were kind of busy. Right now you were just trying to make things, be very balanced between people, trying to make sure you're able to offer yourself up to those who need you, and also being, enough free time to, kind of be yourself. So maybe between work and family and any kind of social engagements you have, or any part of, where you have things that you need to be able to be available for. So this might not have been something that you were able to pull to you right away, or if this could be actually you feeling like you have feelings for somebody, and also that either they were having an issue, having to juggle, their personal, their social, their work, that kind of situation. And when we clarify, maybe I'll come up with it. And also with the Six of Pentacles, you're trying to be generous for people, and you want to make sure that you're able to give what you can to anybody, and also have an okay feeling about it if you need help too. So it's kind of like balancing that out too. You don't want to not be able to be generous, or even it's not just money. It could be like with energy and time, and you want to make sure you're sharing that out for other people, and you're just hoping that you are okay asking for it also, if it's again money or time or energy from somebody else. Now in your current situation, you have the Judgment, the Page of Wands, and the Chariot. And that tells me that you have been, or you will be, thinking about certain things that went on, and you're wondering how exactly you might have did it differently, so you would have a different outcome, or even if you know could have, like, why you reacted to it the way you did. So I feel like you are feeling like you're kind of like going through a deep insight of yourself. So you're not really judging anybody else, but you're making judgments against, on yourself, saying, why did you do this, Aquarius? Why did you do that? And you're not exactly sure why, but you want to really reflect on it, because that's something. I want to actually say it's almost like something in the universe is making you do that. And just a little bit of it I know about astrology. I was watching something and they said it's going to be a very, like, big thing coming with the Aquarius sign. Just basically, where you're going to, because to reflect on certain situations, certain aspects, but again, it's not like a judgment of other people. It's just how you did in what situation, and how you could have improved it, or you rocked it, so it was kind of like that feeling where you feel like, okay, yeah, I did this okay, because you have this Page of Wands, and I feel like all right, now you have this whole thing going on where you're feeling creative, you're feeling like you want to, like, grab a hold of something very energetic, very like, okay, let's make this happen. I feel like I can do this, and you're forming like another passion for it, whatever it is that you have in, like, some kind of, hobby that you might have, some kind of art that you might be around, or, it could be in what you do for a living, or it could just be like, a side deal that you have going on that it, makes you happy, but you could build on it because you have this idea going out that you can make it, even if you make it wonderful, you can make it so much better. And with this Chariot, it's having a feeling, wherever you're at, you're feeling very much in authority as far as whatever it is that you're doing. And I think it has to do with this creative situation where you feel comfortable about it, and you feel like you're on the right path, and you're not going to be swayed by anything. You actually feel like this is where you're supposed to be in that situation. And if it's from this judgment, it could be just whatever you have reflected on doing, and whatever you were, whatever decisions you were making based on, this current situation. It could have made you feel, okay, yeah, I did do the right thing. So you were thinking about something, and it's like, okay, no, I didn't do something I shouldn't have done. I did something definitely I needed to do. So I feel like that was a very comfortable situation for you there. Now, coming up in your possible future or possible outcome, you have the Justice, the Star, and the Five of Cups. Now, this could be something in regards to law. It could be something in the courts, some kind of paperwork, something that you are thinking about, trying to find a balance and fairness in a certain situation. And for everybody, it's going to be different. But you're hopeful about it. You're feeling like, okay, you know what? There is still hope. I didn't not do what I needed to do. I'm feeling like I actually have, all my gears in the right order. I'm understanding how this could possibly go, but you're wishing that you're hoping that it goes that way. But some things don't always come out, and you might actually be feeling like, okay, well, in this outcome, I'm hoping when we clarify, it'll be a little bit more clear, because you have this Five of Cups, and where you're actually sad about things that you don't have anymore. This could be a job, this could be people, this could be things that you put a lot of emotion into. And maybe a lot of things have changed for you, and it's not really in a current month. It just could be like it going on, and this is where it's kind of culminating for you. And you're feeling like you're missing something. You still have things that are very, very important, and they're still there. So what you need to do is make sure you're thinking about that. Okay, you did lose, 3 cups per se, but those are things that can be replaced. And even if they don't get replaced as quickly as you'd like them to do, or you'd like to, be able to grab them back, and not that you can't do that. But with those 2 cups that are still there, that's what's really important, and you need to really think about that and keep that in mind. Don't ignore those just because you're thinking about the other ones. And that's what I'm wondering. I feel like this month is like a big reflection month for you. It feels like you're just going to be doing a lot of, thinking back to the past and what could I have done. And you have a lot of cards that actually do that. It's kind of like, this is, was I was I fair? Was I treating everything equally? And did I put as much emphasis on what was important and, not fuss too much about what wasn't there anymore and so it feels like there's like a lot of emphasis on reflection and, what things could have been a bit different and what things are never going to be the same as they used to be. What's this Knight of Cups? Tell me what Knight of Cups is for Aquarius. We got the Four of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Eight of Swords. Hold on a second. Alright. There's something with this, I don't know if it's a relationship or friendship. You're feeling stuck about something that you aren't sure how to get out of it, and I feel like you're still waiting for an answer. Because with this Four of Swords, it's like, all right, you're taking a minute, you're just gonna like, hold on, before I do anything else, like before I like overstep or before I go, if I start, for whatever reason, whatever you're thinking about, before I go into it, I need to wait. Remember I was saying that there's some kind of like juggling or balancing act going on here. And you have this Queen of Cups energy. You're feeling very strong about, you're feeling like emotional about it. You don't want to lose your emotions per se, because Queen of Cups energy, she's kind of different as far as she has a lid on her. If in the traditional deck, she has a lid on her cup. She does not let her feelings out like you would assume like a Queen of Cups would. She really doesn't. I mean, she has them and she will express them, but they're very controlled. They're controlled. So I feel like you are letting yourself be in a situation where you can control your feelings, and you don't want to let anything out until you know what's going to go on. So apparently I feel like you're waiting for something, and you want to wait before you do anything else, and that's why you feel stuck. You can't actually express emotions that you want to because you're not sure how it's going to go. So what about this? And like I said, this could be a job, this could be, some kind of, well, not so much relationship, but there's something like, there's something coming in that you're waiting for. You're definitely waiting. Two of Pentacles, Strength card, the Empress, and the Eight of Cups. You're feeling like you're going to have to definitely, hold the ground before you make that decision. Whatever it is you're thinking, you have to hold on to what you are waiting for and not push forward. But with this Empress, you want to build something. She's all about growth and, like nurturing something to, from like the seed to like the plant. She's all about nurturing and bringing something out. And so you want to build something. You want to grow something. And I feel like you are thinking, okay, I might have to give up something else to be able to get the answer that I need. I might have to, just step away from a lot of things that I cared about just because right now they're not working for me. Now, it doesn't have to be forever, but like right now you might have to step away from, things that you're involved in or people that you're involved in, things that aren't really actually serving you right now. So I feel like you want to, even though you're doing this whole, judgment, thinking about things back in the past, but you are doing it, and I think because right up here you're saying, okay, I need to let that stuff go right now. I have to let it go because I can't move forward in whatever else I was trying to do because it's in the way. Somewhere it's like taking up too much of your mind maybe, and you just need to, step away from it. Oops. So what about this Six of Pentacles? All right, we got the we got the Ten of Pentacles, the Star, and the Four of Wands. So I think it feels like what is going on here, it's basing on your stability. Like whatever this Six of Pentacles is reflecting to you is like a stability in your life, in your finances, in your house. in maybe your relationships, you're looking for stability. And the star is like, okay, you have a hope that it's going to be gained. You're looking to gain stability, or you're looking to regain it. Because you have this Ten of Pentacles here, and now this doesn't necessarily mean that, you're gonna win a landfall, or, you're gonna have this huge, inheritance coming in. I feel like it just says, if you are able to balance this out, you're going to feel just stable. Like, you're going to be able to, take care of yourself. You're going to be able to, not have to seek to get help from anybody. And you're going to want to be able to share what you have, but also that you're really not going to want to have to go looking for any help. And you're hopeful that that's going to happen. So what about this Judgment? It's just interesting. I feel like, I don't know if this is a new job that you're getting, and maybe it's like got a, like a sign-on bonus, or you're selling something and you're hoping it's going to be, a lot. The Four of Wands could actually reflect the house. I mean, are you selling a house? Are you trying to make sure you're getting a decent amount for it? Let's see. Judgment. Got the Three of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Chariot again. All right, you know what? The Three of Cups. All right, I feel like you're going to spend some time thinking about the people that you used to be around, people that you felt you had a very tight bond with. Maybe you did. Maybe you don't right now, or maybe you are thinking about getting it back. Like, maybe you want to contact somebody. I mean, you could also be spending a lot of time with people too. But I feel like when you're doing this, this internal search of, situations that went on and how you reacted to them, or didn't react to them, matter of fact. I mean, it could have been, if you lost touch with somebody, for almost no reason at all, it just happened. Like, if you used to work with somebody, you guys would go out to dinner, you'd go out to lunch, you'd have that companionship. And all of a sudden, if you changed jobs, or if they did, and something slipped away, I feel like it's not like anything was said. It's not like anybody had, maybe you're still like Facebook friends, or like you're still in contact like that, but you don't have the same relationship with them. And I feel like you're thinking a lot about that. I mean, that could be a huge thing, because you know what? I was at a job for like 20-something years, but it feels different when you don't have those like 8 hours a day with them. If you don't go out to lunch with, all the people. If, like you got, going out to lunch with the girls kind of thing. If you're not doing that anymore, yeah, you think back to, wait, what happened? Why did that happen? And you might be thinking, well, is there a way that I could kind of regroup with that? Maybe even just reach out to see, can we get together for a little bit? Or, I feel like you're thinking about that kind of situation where you might have missed out on the relationship that you had, like the bond that you had. And Queen of Swords, that's funny, because Queen of Swords to me is always, I always think of Aquarius, because, well, it's Aquarius, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But I always think of Aquarius because, to me, I'm like, that's like, she's, if it's a person, if this is you, maybe a little aloof, not necessarily mean, just aloof, just kind of, I'm not, you're not showing too many feelings. Maybe you have people around you that are very, I do. People that are very full of feelings. Like, they would like to express it and tell you and everything like that. And I'm like, okay, I'll listen to you. I don't want you to think I'm not listening to you, but I'm not going to probably let you know too much about what's going on inside of me. We just don't do it. And, so if this is your energy, if this is just somebody that you're thinking about energy, you still feel like you are on still the right track on whatever it is that you had going on here with this Page of Wands. But, whatever it is that was going on, you still feel like you're on the right track of it, even though you do still miss what you had, or who you were with, and, who you were, kind of used to having in your life, and they're just not anymore. What about this Page of Wands? Page of Wands for Aquarius, February 2022. The Knight of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. Very nice. The Knight of Cups and the King of Swords. All right, so this to me feels like maybe you are thinking about once that you got past the busy, or past where you couldn't get out of your head to let your heart, find what it wants to find. I feel like maybe you're revisiting that again too. Like thinking, okay, I'm past this. Now I'm gonna start thinking about maybe dating or, telling somebody you want to get together. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic, it could be platonic. Telling somebody, hey, it's been a long time. Let's get together. Let's have lunch. Let's do something. And with this King of Swords energy, I feel like you are still guarded. You're guarded about it because it's like, well, what if they say no? And you want to make sure, you honestly want to make sure that is something that is the right thing to actually do. And again, being relationship or friendship, however that goes, you're still kind of like waiting for it to be right. And you're waiting for it to be where you are feeling right with the situation. You don't want, you want to have like logic and structure, and you're still going to come across a little detached. And I think it's just a protection. You don't want to, it's almost like you're guarding your heart. You are seriously guarding your heart when it comes down to if you want to get back together with anybody or you're thinking about reaching out to anybody. And this, again, romantic or platonic, because you don't want those feels. You're not looking to feel like somebody's going to say, oh, yeah, I don't really have time, or I can't do that now, or, I'm not, I'm obviously involved elsewhere, that kind of thing. You're looking for, okay, I want to do it, but I'm going to be guarded about it. But with this Wheel of Fortune, it's like that is going to be something that when you decide how you're going to handle it, it's going to kind of like change the chapter for you, because you're riding on this wheel right now, and you want to be able to stay on the top of it, because usually like there's another deck where it's like you have the guy on top and the two on the side and the one being crushed underneath, and we're always on cycles, and it really depends on how you ride on it as to how you're going to feel for the next one. And it's not, they consider it sometimes a karmic cycle, where whatever decisions you make, it depends on which direction your cycle's going to go, how your wheel's going to turn, whether it's going to backward or forward, or you're going to be on top or crushed underneath. It's just, that's what life is. You're totally never going to have forever good times, but you're also never going to have forever bad times. So whatever it is that you decide, it'll probably decide how your wheel turns. And again, life is life, and that's just, where we have to make decisions that might not be easy, and they might hurt. Every now and then they might hurt, and you just have to take the risk. What about this Chariot? Justice again. The King of Wands. Whoops. Okay. And the Knight of Swords. This is funny. All right. Well, the Justice again, I feel like you're looking for something that's going to be fair and truthful, and you don't want to have any regrets that you didn't do something, because this came out on the Chariot. So you're still feeling like good, you're feeling on your way, you're confident, and you're able to do things that kind of like make you feel a little bit shaky sometimes, but you also want to make sure that you're making a fair decision based on how you feel, because again, a lot of Aquariuses are very logic. They're very, they want to make sure that they use their head over their heart almost all the time, and that's not true for everybody. Everybody has different paths, but the basic Aquarius thing could be literally you tend to use your head over your heart. Not a bad thing, not a great thing, it's a thing. But we have this King of Wands energy, and there could be King of Wands, doesn't have to be a man or female, just a mature, very charismatic, energetic, gets things done energy. And then there's the Knight of Swords, and that is, he kind of go for broke. They don't really consider consequences too much. So you have King of Wands, who does tend to think of consequences, but, you know, he will keep getting things done, knowing that he has to do it. Again, just doesn't have, there's no, I can't, oh my gosh, I can't remember the word. They're not male or female. But, so I feel like you might be thinking about this again. You know, this could be other people in your life. This could be people that you're around. But it could also be, like, parts of you where you're thinking, okay, I should go for broke, see what happens. And this, you know, King of Wands is telling you, yeah, you can. Just call and say, hey, you know what? Let's get together. Let's do this. Where you're kind of almost like charging them up to do what you would like them to do. Not that you're being mean, but he's a natural leader. People tend to follow him. And maybe it depends on how you approach the situation is how, you know, how it will turn out. So what's this justice? What's this justice for Aquarius? The Page of Wands. Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. All right, I feel like you are still looking at something that you want to be able to put a lot of effort in, put a little energy into it, where you can make something, and it's kind of cute because he has, I don't know if you can see this. I'll make you see it. You have this page of Wands guy, and you know he's got his stick with the leaves, and he's staring right at this tree that is the card for the Pentacles, and I'm feeling like, because that's a card of options, and I feel like you are looking at something and saying, you know what, if I get the right answers, if I get what I need to get from this Justice card, however that's going to work out, I know I'm going to have a lot of options, and I could actually work something out that's going to work for me. And even with this Five of Cups energy that you have over here, again, thinking about things, how they were, but I feel like you are actually going to be able to decide that, you know what, maybe I can let that part go. Maybe I don't have to be thinking about it all the time. You know, either I'm going to make that connection and, you know, things are going to happen in that form. You know, we're going to get back together. I'm going to see things. I'm going to, you know, have that relationship. All the things could happen. And you're going to decide not to worry too much about this Five of Cups. You know, those 3 cups that you didn't have, either you're going to refill them and be able to, you know, have those people back in your life, or you're going to say, okay, well, you know, how, whatever, it worked out how it did work out, and I'm just going to move on. So that's actually really good. It feels like it's really good. It's kind of like, okay, I can deal with this. All right. And we got the Star. What's the Star here for Aquarius? Let me explain the Star for Aquarius. That's the Knight of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Hermit. Well, you've been trudging through something for a while. You've been put a lot of hope on it, like a lot of wishes, you know, like kind of wishing on a star, hoping this happens, hoping, you know, I can get over this hump, whatever it is that you've been thinking about, and just wanting to make it happen. And it's been taking a long time, but you are going to, it's going to be sudden, like, you know, this decision, whatever this is, it's going to come from this justice decision. I feel like this is like something you have been working on, it's been going so long. And with the Tower, it's like, it's going to be fast. You're not going to see it coming. The weird thing is, I feel like with this situation, you do see it coming. But, you know, maybe you had doubts. Maybe you didn't think it was going to work out the way you wanted it to. So you've been taking, like, time to yourself, meditating, sitting in on it, you know, thinking, okay, thinking about what could happen. How would I handle it if it does this? Or how would I do it if it does that? And maybe it's going to happen just faster than you think. I actually feel like it's not something you wouldn't expect per se, but the speed at which it's going to end up coming, I feel like it's going to be a lot faster than you thought. Because the Tower is just like, bam. And that's, you know, that's what's going to happen. It's going to happen now. So, in that effect, you know, good or bad, it's going to come a lot faster than you thought. And what do you got about the Five of Cups? What can you tell me about the Five of Cups for February 2022 for Aquarius? Five of Cups for February 2022 for Aquarius. the World, and the Six of Wands and the Ten of Wands. That's almost, okay, yeah. All right, so the World, obviously, whatever goes on at the end of the month, per se, I mean, if it's really the end of the month, because, time kind of is fluid, so it can go on, it could happen a little sooner, it could happen a little later, but whatever it is the World accomplishes for you, it's a closure of whatever cycle that you were brewing up on over here. And I feel like you are going to feel really, really okay with however it worked out. Like, you're going to get feelings of recognition. You're going to be acknowledged for whatever work you put in, for, whatever the outcome was. You're seriously going to be acknowledged. But along with that acknowledgement, you're going to have a lot more responsibilities, a lot more burdens, per se. So I don't think that it's going to, knock you for a loop. But I feel like, okay, yeah, everybody's going to say, yay, you, now do this. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be that kind of feeling that this worked out for you. Yay, here's your balloons. Now do this. So I feel like you're going to enjoy it. I really think you are going to enjoy it. It's, it's a conclusion to something that you've been waiting for a while. But, there's going to be work involved, and I think you're going to be okay with that too. All right, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed it. If you could give me a thumbs up, subscribe. If you want to share it with somebody, I'd love to hear from you if you want to write me a comment. And I did really enjoy doing it with you. And maybe I'll pop in the middle of February, because I keep saying I'm going to do it. And one day I'm actually going to do it or stick to it. But, life happens. But I will definitely be here on March, and I hope you are too. All right. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.